Hey everyone, it's PK with Slat Savvy coming at you from Slot Talk, May 14th. Today's a big day. We're hoping that Professor Slots is going to come in soon. We've got Kelly from the Great American Gambler that wants to ask him some questions, including Slots of Ben, maybe some of you. Let me say hi to everybody in the chat. All right. We have Cindy A. Hey, good to see you. It's wonderful. It's a slot machine. Simon, James Spitzer, cash out. Thanks for being here. Yeah, you're going to come in. Simon and James are both going to be coming in pretty soon. James, for right now, I might have you come in early if Professor Slots is late. And then when he's talking, if we need to, you can go in the waiting room. But anyway, James, think about coming in early. But while we're at it, let me tell you about Major Chaser's Salute to Service today. Basically, I have my husband and dog making noise in the background, and they're going to leave in a minute. Okay, so we start out with Bdslots. Blue collar slots are next. Now I'm going to read to you Eastern Standard Time. Hey, Lucky Obsessions, good to see you. Juicy Jungle is at 1 p.m. 1:30 Eastern Time is Galavanter Slots. JJ Slot Play is at 2 p.m. Remember, 3 hours different from the Pacific Coast. Straight Up Slots 2:30. I'm at 3 p.m., which is noon Pacific Time. So right after this show, I pack up, drive to the casino, and set up. And still support all of you. 3:30 is Slot Vets. 4 p.m. Slot Sistah. 4:30 is Soulot Mates. And 5 is David Likes to Gamble. If I forgot anybody, please do forgive me. And that's good. So today, who may be coming in? Jason and Ashley. Simon of It's a Slot Machine. Slots of Ben. Chris and Lou were not able to make it. T-Town can't make it. And so we just have a few people coming in to visit us. And James Spitzer, I wanted James Spitzer to show up and show you what was going on. Right now, I'm going to say hi to everybody. So we have James Spitzer there. Good morning, James. Why don't you come on in if you can? Lucky Obsession. And I do have 2 minutes before the professor is due. Hope I don't see him in the weight room, so I hope he's here. And then also, Kelly, I hope you have the link. I sent it to you via, I didn't send it in the phone. So guys, what I'm going to do right now, because Kelly wanted to come in, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can find the link, all right, for Kelly. He may be struggling. I sent it to your email, Kelly. So let's hope this is it. Hope it didn't copy the wrong one, right? So let's go back. Again, my husband and dog are being horrible. I may have to go hit them, spank them. What do you think, guys? They won't go away. We want them to go away. Oh, good. There you are, John. I'm so glad you're here, my dear. Come on in, John. Hey, Professor Slots, how are you?
I am well. How are you doing, Pamela?
I am great. You have a show going on, and excuse me, that is my dog and husband. Had to shut the door. What a way to start a show, John. Oh, get him out of here. I am so sorry.
No. I if I put it on the speakers, my dog would bark right back.
Oh, that is hilarious.
He is right there.
Oh, how dare they? Well, we moved our little Westie. My husband is very mischievous in the morning. So, and I just trying to get him out of here. He's so bad. But we only get you for 20 minutes. Is that right?
That's right. I have a show in about an hour.
Okay, got you. And so, can you tell us about your shows? And before that, I want to say hi to Slot Vets. Thanks for coming in, James Krempler, Cindy, Lucky Obsession, James Spitzer, et cetera, et cetera. Good to see you. Tell us about your 3 shows that you do.
Sure. I have a live stream. Recently decided to go to 2 hours. Recently decided to go to 3 per week. I'd been doing Saturday at noon Eastern time for 2.5 years, 113. I think I'm up to 115 at this point.
Wow.
Yeah, you just keep doing it. Some of the early ones, it was just like nobody there. I'm like crickets, and it was pretty interesting to start setting things up. Now I'm pretty comfortable with it, and so I talk about a topic and then go for an hour and a half, an hour and 40 minutes, just answering questions. I'm on Saturday at noon Eastern time on YouTube.com/Professor Slots. And that's probably the easiest way to find that. And then Tuesdays at 7 p.m. and Thursdays at 3 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay, good. I had some people that were going to come on and ask you questions, but I really enjoyed listening to you. I discovered you and I went, oh my gosh, I need to get over to him often.
I wish I was good at marketing, but people they see something and they question, what is that? And they Google it and they find me with the answers. And I'm like, maybe I should make it like a sales video or something.
Well, I definitely want to promote you. And I think it would be nice if I had a little promo I could add the end of my videos. But I think I see you growing very quickly in the near future. Are you above 35,000 right now?
Yes, on my last live stream, not my last live stream, on Tuesday's live stream, I went over 40,000. And the last year I didn't try to grow because at the end of the year before, I did, it doubled and it doubled and it doubled again, all in 9 days. And people came to my website and they looked around and I didn't have anything for them. So I was like, oh, I need to do something for them so they can, get help and provide whatever needs to be done, free and stuff and paid. So last year I made an online course. I made what's called a customer journey, free stuff, paid stuff, consultations, all that, and to help people. And that's done. And so this year I'm like, okay, now I'll turn the tap back on and see if I can really grow fast.
Oh, good. Yes. I'm bringing someone on who might have some questions. James, it's going to be all about Professor Slots till about 8:20, but I'd love to bring you on. I hope you have.
And see if I can really grow fast.
Yes, we're good. Yes. I'm bringing someone on who might have some questions. Hey, you need to turn that off. Okay. I think he had his phone on when he was listening, correct? So we'll figure that one out later. Hey, what was interesting is you were talking about slot percentages and win-loss. Vegas is a big deal to all of us. So Fremont area, old downtown compared to the Strip. Do you want to cover a little bit on that? Anything you want to add for all of us slot players?
So slots players, right?
Yes.
Okay. 5-cent slots, the denomination has the best odds. When I looked at it the February, I just downloaded the March and I haven't looked at it yet, but in February, it had the best odds of anything for the month of February 2022. Then if you, it's broken up into like the current month, and then it's a 3-month average and a 12-month average all on the same sheet for downtown. And the 3-month average also showed 5-cent had the best odds, and then the 12-month average showed 5 cents had the best odds. And it's like it's been the best odds for like a year.
So if we're looking at a machine and it goes 1 penny up to $2 denom, we're talking those kinds of machines where you change the odds around. Is that right?
No. This is a 5-cent denomination only.
Okay.
And only in Las Vegas. 20 states provide return statistics. 6 of them provide return statistics by slot machine denomination. And each of them treats multi-denomination machines, which you just mentioned, differently. Yes. So they treat them differently. In Nevada, it has its own separate line item.
Okay. Got it.
If you're in Louisiana, they do something interesting. Mississippi, they do something interesting. Mississippi, I love theirs. I think it's better than Nevada. They show what the odds are on the progressive 5-cent machines as well as the progressive 10-cent machines and the non-progressive 10-cent machines. It's like, that's pretty interesting. So in Nevada, multi-denominational machines are their own thing. It could be $25, $50, $100 multi-denominational machine, or it could be 1 cent, 2 cent, 5 cent, 10 cent. They don't tell you which denominations.
Yes. Okay.
So any and they show the odds for those machines. But I was talking about 5 cent, no choice. Doesn't matter how many credits, but the denomination is the only denomination on that machine. They'll tell you how many of them there are and stuff. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm going to have to look around because I haven't really noticed what is just a 5-cent machine. Hey, I'm going to bring James in.
The denomination is the only denomination on that machine. They'll tell you how many of them there are. And
how you doing?
Go ahead.
We're good.
I'm going to have to look around because I haven't really noticed what is just a 5-cent machine. Hey, I'm going to bring James in.
The denomination is the only denomination.
Okay, we're going to put James out until he figures out how to fix that. I wonder how, Professor, do you know how we can get rid of his echo to help him out? Do you know?
Either this headset or that's probably it. That's probably it. There is it might be canceled out if it's minimized. I have a PhD in sound.
That's why I thought I better ask you. Okay.
Using it for inspections, and I have a podcast, so I've been through this. If he turns the volume down so he can just barely hear it, because he's hearing the delay. He's hearing what was said a minute ago, or 30 seconds, or whatever.
Okay.
Better now. We're better now.
That is fantastic. I love it.
I'm trying to do everything at the same time. So,
well, it's an honor having Professor Slots here. And I had heard of you, but I didn't really discover you. And then I started listening. And what's great is we do the hashtag question, and then you answer every question that comes in. It's pretty darn cool. I love it.
Somebody got a question in the very end of my last live stream, and I was just like, okay, I'm going to see, we're done and etc. and closing it down. And I'm like, oh, bye. And I'm like, answer me, email me.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Hey, somebody has a question. So what's your biggest win, Slot Professor? And
one of them was a slot jackpot, $27,000. I was shocked. I hadn't won. I won $5,000 like 3 times, and then I was like, well, I can take it. And then, and then I won $27,000, and I was like asking the slot attendant to like pinch me.
Right.
That's wonderful.
If you don't count the car, by the way.
Okay. Vegas Pete, good morning, and thanks for asking that question. Hey, James, do you have any questions for him?
I was watching him give all the stats on the machines, and it's mind-blowing how he's got it all broken down, and he's doing a lot more research than probably 99% of all the players out there who are just playing.
Thank you for being the few people that actually looks at my graphs. People see a graph and they're just like, bye.
No, but I talk to my players when I do my stuff too. Is to say if you're going to gamble, at least gamble correctly. I always talk about return on investment and some games I can't stand because the return on investment is terrible. There are games I say don't play this game because it's a bad game. But they're fun. They throw all the bonuses in because people love the bonuses. And
they do. I talk about that and how slot manufacturers got survey results.
Yes,
saying I love bonus rounds. Give me bonus rounds, and they were like, "We can give you bonus rounds. We thought you wanted money, but we'll just give you bonus rounds instead." And it's just they took it to heart, and it's just like, no.
Hey, Cash, our guide James here is into Keno. Ask him some Keno questions. Do you know much about that, Professor?
In Nevada, it is not a slot machine. because of a regulation 14.040 paragraph 5, which you can read. It's a very clear statement. Any table game that has been made a video machine that video machine must have the odds of the game. So whatever version of poker, Keno, roulette, it cannot be adjustable. It must be the table game odds, set and locked.
Go ahead. Correct. That's correct, because I always call it the scoreboard.
Yeah,
but I haven't. It's right there.
Yeah, but I haven't found that phrasing anything like it in any other state. And slot machine manufacturers won't install something that's expensive and raise the price if it's not required by this gaming regulation. So go play video poker in Connecticut and treat it like a slot machine. You still have to do optimal play,
right? But
then you can play the one on the end of the road that has a view and that has better odds because it's been set up that way. Because and so that's one of my strategies that I talk about: location, location, location.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, it's a slot machine. Says, how did you come up with this 5-spin method?
I saw it. I saw it in my casino. I couldn't believe it. I had to, I'm spreading the word. Yeah, I'm spreading the word, but I did not create it. Now I have since, I since saw it on an episode of Columbo from 1973, and there was the first season of Twilight Zone where Franklin, the character, was like being drawn in, but I'm not sure about that one because he never quit the machine, and so it's old, and I get contacted by slots players who have been winning for a long time and not telling anybody, and they're like, yeah, that's well known.
Yeah. When you start saying words like Columbo and Twilight Zone, you start to date yourself there.
I was alive in the early 60s, but only for part of it.
Yeah. Our younger viewers going, what is he talking about?
Hey guys, we have Kelly here from the Great American Gambler. Kelly, we might be hearing a little bit of a reverberation from your phone. Do we recommend, Professor, that he turn it down?
That's one possibility. You know as well as I do the tips and tricks.
Hey, Kelly, we need you to, disengage whatever's making that noise, buddy.
Is that better?
Yes.
Hey, morning, Goldie.
You have a question. Yes, good morning, everyone. Big Easy Slots is in the house. Goldie, it's a slot machine.
It's so awesome.
Cindy, it's so fun to see you guys. Kaz from the UK. Slots of Ben's going to come in a few minutes.
Love that guy.
I know. Isn't he wonderful? Just amazing. Good to see you all. James Crumpler. But let's get back because Professor can't stay long. He's got his own 2-hour show today. Is that right?
Yes. Well, you're talking and saving my voice. Thank you. I would make it longer and not answer all questions, but I have to cut myself off at 2 hours because that's about all I can take.
Yes. Okay, so let's do this. Kelly, you had a question you want to ask Professor.
I can read the question, and
that's a slot machine. That's all right.
Okay. Let's see. How do I explain this? Payout percentage is a different concept. It is over the per bet or over the lifetime of the machine, depending on the state requirements for those limitations. The limitations are in how many is it? 19, something like that. States have a minimum theoretical payout. No casino even approaches that low number. In Nevada, it's 75%. And the average for the state is usually 93%, 92.7%. Yeah. So it doesn't have an upper limit. So just from the legal point of view, it is got to be over 75%, but there is no upper limit. Now, people assume no casino would ever make the odds higher than 100%. And that's a faulty assumption. If you want to set a prominently displayed slot machine, like one on the end of the row, I know some casinos that do it with every machine on the end of the row, but others are more like 3 machines out of 1,500 slot machines, they will get their money back by somebody winning, because all the other people don't realize what this is happening and run to some other machine which has got the normal odds or worse, and the casino gets paid back in spades. Sorry, is that a pun? For having done that. I don't know if you should call a loophole, or it's just something people don't know. And so if you're, stand in front of a slot machine, turn around with your back to it. If you're looking at a wall, don't play that machine. But if you're looking at people looking back at you, it's the cafeteria. I can point you to the one in Hollywood, Lawrenceburg in Indiana, and just sit down at it and have a good time, because it's pointed to the cafeteria. Even though the cafeteria was closed when I was there, it was still set up to be seen. And that's the short answer.
Okay,
can I have a follow-up question to you, sir? Is it kind of follow-up? Do cruise ships operate on the same?
Cruise ships are like riverboat casinos. They don't have a central server. Riverboat casinos don't have a floor. They have a hull. So it's no place to put all those cables. And that's similar for cruise ships. But also they have so few slot machines in the cruise ships that it isn't much of an effort for the crew member who's assigned to make the changes to those machines. So it's not on a schedule and not automated. They just have somebody do it on the few machines that they have, because it's small. The other thing is you win on cruise ships at the beginning of the trip, maybe the first full day, and not on the rest of it. I'm not talking about cruise boats for day-long trips, but those to international destinations, 3-day, 7-day trips. And the first day, because if you do that, they know very well that money's going to burn a hole in your pocket for the next 5 days, and you aren't going to be I won at the casino. Why am I not going back? And they know that. So yeah, they let you win at first, or can let you win at first. It's higher odds just to get everybody hooked.
Yeah.
Okay, Kelly, you wanted to ask the professor a question.
Yeah, as a YouTuber, when we go to Las Vegas, sir, and thank you for coming on Pamela's show today.
Sure.
We have a choice of the Cosmopolitan, which is where most people film.
Mm-hmm.
I'm downtown at the El Cortez, which is one of the few family-owned casinos in the entire country.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a YouTuber and you wanted to film and you wanted to have a higher probability of a winning session,
mm-hmm.
which of those two spots would you go to?
I can be more specific. I don't. I haven't looked in the return statistics to see what the difference is between those two casinos. That's one way to sort of like change the baseline. But I know from my fans that my 5-pull method works at all Las Vegas casinos. It's just a question whether or not it's currently paying out at this time, at that time and date. So I would go to either one of those casinos, test out my 5-spin method. If it gave a good return, I would start filming. If it didn't give a good return, that's my way of assessing the casino at that time. I'd come back at another time and do that. So, a lot of what I talk about is changing the attitude, to think differently. And there's these long-term habits. I'm going to talk today on my show in 40 minutes about, the gaming industry. Like, how do I put it? I talk about having a slots journey, and today I don't want to give away too much, but today I'm talking about how the gaming industry is trying to drive you towards a cliff, and that's how they used to kill buffaloes, to get pelts and to basically get rich. And they steer the crowds to that end to take the money. But if you're on your own slots journey, then you learn to be wary. Yes, this is a great question on random number generators. Okay, does the random number generator pick a separate outcome for the original spin that awarded the bonus once you push button for bonus to start? Okay. The basic idea here is that when you push a button at the beginning of a period on a slot machine, that's when all the decisions are made. Anything you choose, coins or whatever on the screen, it was already chosen. Whatever button you choose on that was actually decided at the bet when the bet was made.
Okay.
And so everything is done right from the beginning. You just don't know about it. So you're enjoying the show is basically what's happening. And
Right.
I think that's the best way to put that. It's meant to be fun. But no, it was all decided right from the beginning.
All right. Simon said, why only 5 spins for the 5 spin method?
It isn't. I know some of my fans who found that 3 spins are better. It's a little more conservative. You don't spend quite so much. And other people found that 8 works a little bit better. And my 5 spin method, it's right there in the title, but if you actually listen to the video, it's not 5 spins. It's up to 5 spins, and you stop when you win. So it could be the first bet. And so that was my way to sort of like, it's 5 spins or less, but you don't put that in the title because.
Now, if you win, do you always do a backup spin or 2?
I do when I win big.
Okay.
And I don't do that when I'm doing the 5 spin method. It's like trying to have your cake and eat it too. and what I have this strategy, this strategy, this strategy, this strategy. It goes on for a while. And I recommend that when people first start learning to use these strategies, that they do one of them. But it's once you learn one well, you learn another one well, you learn another one well, progressive slots, whatever, you learn these well. And then it happens automatically that you start combining them. So what I do, because I know them, is I'll do the 5 spin method, but I'll pause my test of 20 machines. And when I get a big hit and say, well, rather than find this machine later and check it out to see if it's a long-term winner and not just immediate win, I will pause the test and put in 100 and see what's going on. And so I have my cake and eat it too.
Right.
Yeah. Are there any other questions here? Now I see it's 8:22, and I promised you could leave at 20 if you need to.
Yeah, we talked about the first 15 minutes, not the first 20. But
do you see how I squeeze out time from you?
And did you see how I caught you?
You caught me well. So,
yeah.
So guys, if you have time, he's going on at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Although today we have a Major Chasers Salute to Service that starts right at the end of my program. So I will be over visiting you in the future. Today I've got to go to the casino and perform for 30 minutes in the majors.
More the merrier.
It's really nice talking to you.
Good talking to you as well. It was very friendly. I don't often expect that.
No, that's what it's all about for me. It's all about the people, The playing. I win and lose. I've gambled my whole life, but meeting folks like you and Pamela and now Kelly and all the viewers and the subscribers, I love meeting my viewers. It's the best part for me.
It's wonderful. And everybody go over there and subscribe. We did have one visitor that disagreed with you, but I didn't always put their points up because we have them such a short period of time.
A lot of people disagree. And today's show is about why they do that. And there's a couple of reasons, but absolutely. I get comments like that all the time. When they insult my mother, I mute them because nobody insults my mother and gets away with it.
Oh, I could have muted them, although they didn't go over the cliff yet. So the first time I saw them, I saw this group. And so I'm thinking maybe they're followers, or it could also be, and they might be mad at me, but I don't care. They might have a competitive program, and
there isn't. There's only one. He started in February. He's doing quite well, and I'm happy to not be alone. This 5 years, and so the more the merrier as far as I'm concerned. But sure, there is always a lot of competition, and people get outraged. It's I hope that they're able to grow their channel using that method, but I would think it's long term not a good approach.
The angry thing is not good. Mediation is better. talking things out. Well, I'm thrilled you came on. Now you also offer 15-minute free sessions with people. Is that
Yes,
correct?
I offer a 15-minute see I'm not a robot call, but I also offer 1-hour consultations where they tell me what their issue is. I try to talk about a lot of different things in my videos, but
Yes.
sometimes people have very specific concerns and they're trying to get past a barrier that's been, that they have, and so they're like, tell me about this. And so, I met a guy who won $30 million, hundreds of thousands of dollars at a time over 6 months, and he's like, he spent 31 millions, and I'm like, do you want to talk about it? And he's like, well, I want to talk about taxes because I got a question about taxes. Can I use these documents or these documents for taxes? And I'm like, whatever you want, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I do talk more about my wins than I do my losses. And I try not to do that on purpose, but I think it's our minds trick us.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's why I have gambling record keeping. Honestly, I could go on for 2 hours. And then I could go on further, but my voice gives out. So I have a website, professorslots.com. That's actually home base. I probably should have started YouTube first, but I started it last. I have a podcast, Professor Slots. It's all called Professor Slots. You're welcome to peruse all my free content. And then I have an online course because sometimes people are like, tell me now, I'm headed to Las Vegas. I need to know now. And I don't want to have to, wade through 100 hours of podcasts episodes, 200 right there, 165 episodes. Anyway,
that's awesome.
Well, I've been working at it for a while. I wish I was better at marketing.
Well, maybe some of us know somebody. We let you know about it. I squeezed out 27 minutes from you, John.
Well, I set aside twice what you asked for.
Oh, nice.
Oh, sweet. Well, I'm going to definitely promote you, and I will be there asking questions. Today I can't because I'm in the Major Chasers Salute to Service. Hey, were you in the service, John, at all?
I was not.
Oh, wow.
A lot of people in my family were, and I'm so proud of them. Yeah.
See how she is? I was supposed to sign in at 8:20. She got me in at 8:07, so she squeezed me on the bird side.
Yeah, today's Memorial Day, right? For the service members, is that right? I think I saw that in a calendar somewhere.
It is. Well, that's why we're doing it today. Yes. But anyway, I'm all excited. I'm going to send you my link, but you might be going for 2 hours. But I'm at 3:00 Eastern time and noon today. And I'd love you to check in. I know you're a busy man, but I might squeeze
my schedule is
seconds.
I have a consultation at 5 p.m. Eastern time, and that's probably going to interfere with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I if you want to schedule something, welcome me back or whatever. I will check my schedule when you want that. So whatever you need.
Good. It would be nice to schedule several you over and over again on Saturdays, but also to set up some 15-minute sessions with you. Maybe people could show up and sign up that way. We'll figure it out.
It sounds good, but it's actually without knowing in advance what the questions are. It's just my giving off the cuff answers. So just come to a live stream, ask a question, and then I'll get to it. The 15-minute chat thing is really people who don't believe that I'm not a robot. Yeah, and it's a friendly time, but how are you? I'm good. How are you? Okay, to be able to create an action plan, it takes longer than 15 minutes. Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Well, don't be late to your own stream. Oh boy, I got 29 minutes now.
No, well, it's 20 seconds left on my clock.
Yeah. Well, you are wonderful. Yeah, you didn't warn me you were going to stay longer.
Oh, then I would have to add more time.
Yeah. Now, is there anything we need to know about you that nobody knows?
ProfessorSlots.com.
Yes.
That's home base. Not everything has been put up to video, up to YouTube. I'm working harder to get everything up there, but there's plenty of articles, and enjoy.
Okay.
Hey, John.
Thanks, John.
You're welcome.
Oh, that was great, wasn't it? Having him there. Let me put you guys here. Let's see if we got it there. Now, Ben, Slots of Ben's going to come in this morning. But right now, let's see. I want to ask Kelly real quick, and then James is going to tell us, hopefully, about his trip a little bit. Because this is not all about just slot talk and scratch tickets and YouTube. So, Kelly, what's going on over there with you in Georgia?
I don't know, yard work today. But
oh no!
I worked on a movie today. I got coming out tomorrow, and I think that was a fantastic guest, Pamela. I mean, he is kind of a fascinating guy and a very interesting look at our business. I mean, those are some things I never think of. But on our trip to the Slot Slam out in Vegas in a few weeks, I'm going to look around the El Cortez to see where most of the people can see you play and try some of those machines. And I'm going to research this 5-spin method as soon as we get off this before I start my yard work and see what that's all about. It was fascinating. And he sounds very knowledgeable about what he's doing, and I'd love for him to watch some people's live stream on a podcast or something. I would go watch that to hear what he has to say.
Yeah. Let me say hi to these guys real quick. We had a lot of people come in. Goldie won. Awesome. Sister Yoshi, the Yoshis, Chris and Lou, Big Easy Slots. Hope you're feeling better. Mark Anthony, Super Squirrel, Kaz is in the house, and she did subscribe. James Spitzer, of course, right on screen. Hello.
What's up, Kazi?
And tomorrow you are going to be interviewed at 9 a.m. Pacific time.
That's my thumbnail.
Yeah, listen, stop in and give that man, that Bubba, some trouble, please. It'll be fun. Kristen, I'm glad you showed up. You got a wedding. Hey, is the bride going to show up? Bombay Tejas told us she was at a wedding and the bride never showed.
Oh, no.
I think it was Tejas, or was that Chris and Lou? They'll have
I have a crazy story in that regard too, from way back.
Hear it. Gamblers Unknown, you thought there was some bull going on there, but that's okay. It's good to hear both sides of the story. Sister Yoshi, we got you. Mark Anthony, Goldie, Anonymous is here. I hope I'm not missing you. I didn't read what you had to say earlier because I wanted him to talk and try to keep him as long as we could. He's got to get ready for his 2-hour show. Anyway, if I missed your name, please forgive me. We had Mark Anthony. I already said enough. Ben, if you're there, come on in. You're not in the waiting room yet. So, guys, let's go now to James Spitzer. What are you going to tell us? I want to hear it.
So, on your wedding story. So, I was a San Diego State quasi alum. That's another crazy story. But I had a bunch of friends that they were in a wedding. And they did not like the bride at all. They thought it was a bad match for their guy. So the bachelor party mistakenly was the day before the wedding. So what they did was they got him hammered. They put him on a one-way flight to Hawaii, and he woke up in Hawaii on the day of his wedding. And the wedding was in California. So he with nothing on him, nothing, and he had to beg the airline to fly him back, and he made it back in time, but the groomsmen tried to sabotage his own wedding the day before. Crazy story.
That is a good story. Now, did he get on the plane naked, or did he buy some clothes? Probably.
No. He had on what he was wearing at the bachelor party, and then he ended in Hawaii with literally nothing on him, no wallet, nothing. Woke up in the airport in Hawaii.
Wow!
But he made it crazy. He made it back.
I think it was Chris and Lou that said. I can't remember, Chris and Lou. You were at a wedding and the bride hadn't showed up yet. Oh, and it was Tejas in Bombay who added that there was a wedding, the bride didn't show up, so the guy married a different gal that was sitting in the audience. He must have had. Is that weird? So it was a pride thing, maybe an ego, but it was in India. So, but I love it. That's Tejas. I wish you were here this morning. Hey guys, shall we chat a little bit? a couple of people disagreed with Professor Slots. I don't want to insult him. I actually really like him, but we have to show the good, the bad, and the ugly too.
What was the question?
The company the channel that didn't like him is gone now. Home something. But what about Gamblers Unknown? You said something that was a bunch of bull. Was that for Professor, or was that somebody
The
else?
wedding. Probably about the wedding.
Oh, probably about the way. Hey, James Bubba, that's a bunch of bull. So anyway, we had some people that were going to come in, but you know what? I like hanging with you guys. So I'm going to let you take over. What do you want to say?
Well, you were asking about the trip. So our first cruise video with we flew to Miami. We just got back a week and a half ago when we met Chris and Lou and Slot Exotic and Super Squirrel in Florida. So that video starts to come out today. So and then we documented the Panama Canal. We documented Jamaica, Costa Rica, Colombia, and some cruise slot play and some table games. I went on a heater on table games, and I won't give all that out, but they let me film the winnings. I had some big hands on Let It Ride and Ultimate Texas Hold'em, and so they let me film. It was fun. 16 days on a cruise. It was a long trip, and but a lot of that stuff comes out starting today. I had a great, amazing time with Chris and Lou and Slot Exotic in Florida.
Isn't that wonderful?
And I met a YouTube like celebrity who's like in the 450,000 subscriber range, and then I'll leave her name. She's very private, didn't want to mix it up, but it was amazing meeting her and giving me tips and stuff. I mean, she makes big dough on YouTube and Facebook.
That Lady Luck and Lady
No,
Luck?
it's not. It was a person not in the slot community. It was in another genre, but
Wow.
off the charts, huge. It was amazing.
Hey guys, I'm going to bring in another troublemaker. Hey
Ben.
Hey Ben.
Hey guys, what's going on? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. This is the first time I'm using my iPad with StreamYard, and last time I tried it was like horrible. So I'm glad it's working.
What's up, Ben?
Yeah,
How we
what's going
doing?
on? Well, I'm doing great. At 9 o'clock, we're going to end this, maybe sooner, and then we're going to pack up, get ready for the hotel. I believe right at 9 we've got somebody going, guys. Yes, we do. If we're talking West Coast, we got Bdslots, the blue color. I don't want to miss them. And then Juicy Jungle's up next for the salute to service. Galavanters, JJ Slot Play, Straight Up, Slat Savvy Pk, Slot Vets, Slot Sisters, Soulot Mates, and David Likes to Gamble. That's all today, guys. And tomorrow,
amazing lineup.
Baba at 9 o'clock interview. Be there to give him trouble.
Please do.
So Ben, what's going on? How's everything?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Thanks. I just kind of woke up a little bit ago, and yeah, I got nothing going on. I'm just kind of excited to be here and see what you guys.
Yeah, exactly. Us West Coasters.
What's that?
Us West Coasters get up at the crack of whenever we want to, right?
Yes.
Yes. I'm up early every day. I'm up at 5:30. I work early. I'm up at 5:30, no matter if the alarm's on or not. My body. I've been working the same schedule for a long time, so I was up early because I'm up early every day.
So we have people chatting about the casinos they're going to today. Don't forget to do live chat for the salute to service too.
Yeah.
Hey guys, would I be insulting the salute to service if I wear my green wig and some of my paraphernalia that I bought for the occasion?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Good. I just don't want anybody to go, boo, don't do that.
That green wig I saw on TikTok was just insane. I love it.
I know. A lot of people don't realize who I really am inside.
Oh, you're the alter ego, huh?
Yes, that is hilarious. Hey, yeah. I don't know if I'll be able to capture another major, but that was fun during the May 4th event. That was awesome. So, hey guys, tell us a little bit of news about all your channels. Let's start with how about you, Ben? What are you producing? What are you doing?
Thanks. Right now I'm trying to navigate my, because I'm back to work at the restaurant for the first time in a long time. I've been back for a few weekends, and
how's your foot?
That's why. Thanks. It's getting better. It's a slow process. Like it's, I don't want to bore everybody with my healing or, but my recovery, but I have to walk really slow, and it's hard to carry things. And so, I've always gone live on Sundays, but now I close the restaurant Saturday night. I get out of there around 12 o'clock, and then I work Sunday night. So it's been extremely difficult to, get up the crack of dawn, get down there, and then leave, and then go to work and do it all over again. So I'm just trying to, do my same thing where I go live 2 times on Sunday, and hopefully I can, poke around at the slots for a few minutes and maybe get some content for TikTok and Instagram, and then post my live streams. And that's, kind of all I can do right now.
How can you handle standing on your feet all day in a restaurant? Do you have, can you elevate, or what do you do with your injury?
Yeah, thanks. I mean, it's mostly when I'm standing still, when it really sucks. But when I'm kind of moving around and, not having all my weight constantly on my foot, then I can kind of make it. Going to the casino also for like 3-4 hours is not bad because I'm sitting down 80% of the time. And so I don't really feel it too much anymore at the casino.
I elevate my leg on the next chair, but sometimes security guards will come and say, please take your feet off the chair. And I say, I don't have my foot on the chair. I have my calf on the chair.
That's like Joe Pesci coming over in the movie Casino. He's like, take your feet off the table.
and then the goon shows up to beat the brains out.
Yeah, they exit you out and through your head.
I better wear a hard hat there. Yeah, definitely. Hey, Kelly, anything you want to add to it? I don't want you just sitting there not talking. We need to hear from you.
Well, I'm glad Ben's in here. I've watched several of his TikToks, and he keeps all those people with ADD very occupied.
Yes.
I would think he would lose his voice after the hour, and he just brushes right over any insults that he gets, and does a fantastic job. I guess a question for you, as far as posting videos to TikTok versus doing lives, I just got over 1,000 followers, so I was going to do some lives.
Awesome.
In a couple weeks when we were at the El Cortez. Is that when you experience your best growth? Would you consider a half hour? Do you think you need to go for an hour? Do you think they would watch video poker? Do you think that they only like slot machines? If you could kind of guide me a little bit, because I'm getting ready to start doing my first lives.
Oh, that's so amazing. Yeah. So, with my videos on TikTok, I have very slow growth on my account, but when I go live is when people really get a feel for, my personality and who I am. Yeah. And that's where I really grow. I mean, I was growing about 2,000 followers, every Sunday when I was going. But for example, I have my backup account, which is very slow growth. Same with my Instagram, very slow. So my videos go for a certain type of ADD person, but yeah, I think it would be great to do something just a little bit different than, slot machines. I haven't seen any video poker out there, and I think a lot of people might be into it. With going a half hour to an hour, I chose an hour because it seemed that was a good amount of time for me to reach a lot of people. And also, after an hour is when I get afraid that TikTok's going to shut me down. Which happened twice last week on my backup account, and same with Yoshi Slots and another friend of mine. I'm going this weekend, but I mean, I'm really nervous, and that's the only thing about TikTok Live with gambling is that it's just a constant worry about getting banned, and then you can't use TikTok for a day going live, and you get too many violations, they'll shut down your account.
Hey, Ben, they have a strike against me. I don't even know what for. I was scrolling down I had 3 accounts on TikTok. I finally figured out how to get to the main one. It was a mess. I'm slow growing because of it. But I scroll all the way down at the bottom. It said strike or whatever. I broke a rule. God, how many times do I get that before they get rid of me?
That's a great question. What were you gonna say, Great American? Kelly?
Yeah. Now, how come they would shut you down? I see a lot of slot channels out there. Is it a random deal? Is it because of gambling, or what is it for?
So yes, the gambling is considered illegal on TikTok. How we get shut down, I don't know, and nobody knows. Everybody claims to know. I claim that I used to know. Nobody knows. Because last weekend I was using a lot of words that I just went for it. I said the word casino, I said bets, I said cash. And I think that there's some kind of algorithm that goes through the screen. And if it sees slot machines, nobody knows.
Yeah. Did you see what Super Squirrel said? Slots of Ben, yes. An hour is the perfect time on TikTok. You also have to be careful of mentioning the casino name, but if you stick to 1 hour of live, that seems to be the secret sauce. Interesting, Super Squirrel, who won $56,000 after James took off on his cruise, right? Or were you
I had just left the building and I get a text from Chris. I literally 10 minutes after I left the building, he'd hit the 56,000.
Amazing.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Actually, Super Squirrel was at my first TikTok live, and that was really cool, by the way. I think that's funny. So something this is kind of cool that I did last week for the first time, and it worked. You're going live on TikTok, and I got cut after 3.5 minutes. And then I went to my backup and I got cut after, I think it was like about 15, 20 minutes. So I appealed the ban. It gives you an option under your inbox on TikTok. And they said it was cool. They said, okay, we were taking down the strike. And so,
Good.
It's just so weird. So if you ever get cut, anybody listening, just appeal it and see what they say. You don't even have to write anything. You just hit appeal. And I got a message within 24 hours saying that, we've decided that it wasn't illegal activity. So that's kind of important too, because that'll take away your strikes because they last for 6 months.
Okay.
Wow.
I have one that was erased, and I have no idea because I didn't do anything too naughty. I didn't think it was the green monster, although I was pretty ugly. So,
if you guys, everyone needs to see that video immediately.
Oh, that is hilarious. You know what, guys? I was the only one that wore a semi-costume. Nobody else did it. And I was thinking we were all going to, I looked at the thumbnails and I saw the Yoshis with their outfits and their flashing swords. And I went, yeah, I'm into it. So I was going to buy a sword and everything. And
I have a tough enough time putting this on every day, let alone a costume.
Oh, is the eye makeup tough for you?
No, I just, it's hard work to make this thing remotely decent looking. So,
hey, somebody mentioned nice trim on the beard. And by the way,
thank you. You know what? Mama Yoshi said that the other day. She asked Ellen, "Who does Bubba's beard?" It's literally just my regular razor. I just spend a couple extra minutes to make sure it's squared off and make sure there's nothing hanging off the bottom. And I look like a 10-year-old kid if I don't have this on, so I keep it on. So.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I don't shave yet. I'll see. I'll just kind of watch. So, I have to admit, guys. Okay, we have 11 minutes, and I got to run. No, I could leave you all on, but I have to take the computer with me. Now, next Saturday, I would love to see you all back with some news, and it's not just about our channel. It's just about supporting each other. And some people get sick. We want to let them know we're thinking of them. Some people are taking breaks.
I have some big news I have some big family news that's happening tomorrow. My son is graduating from San Diego State University tomorrow. So
Ooh,
with his degree.
very
So
cool.
we've been paying tuition for a while, and he's a good kid, and we're going to be sitting at the VS Arena watching him walk across the stage tomorrow. It's huge for us. So it's quite an accomplishment for him.
That's
My
awesome.
wife's an alum with a master's degree. I'm a quasi alum. He's now an alum. We're a San Diego State family. So
wonderful. Now, is he going to go to grad school?
he applied for grad school, but we got back from our trip. This was great. We got back from our trip, and he was supposed to apply for grad school, but he's moving. He goes, by the way, I'm going to postpone grad school. I'm moving out with my girlfriend. So he thinks he's got a job lined up, full-time job with his degree in social media. Media studies with emphasis in journalism and a finance minor. And he thinks he can get a job. So he's moving out within 2 months. So we'll be empty nesters in literally 2 months.
Yes.
Time to party.
Yeah,
Yes.
but you know, it's a weird feeling because we don't know a house without him for 22 years. You know, it's weird. But I'm looking forward to that too.
And didn't the bills stop, the college bills?
Yeah, so we paid our last tuition about 2 months ago. And when he applied to grad school, we agreed he was a good kid. He graduated 4.6, was a 4-year captain. We said, you know, you're a good kid. We're going to assume all your debt for you. So he's graduated with no debt. And we paid the whole thing. And then he goes, well, grad school. And Ellen goes, well, we're going to pay. And I'm like, wait a minute. I only agreed to pay for 4 years. I don't want to pay for grad school too. But
yeah.
he's a grown man. He's a good kid. He's earned it from us. He makes us look good every day.
Hey, congratulations. How wonderful.
That's a big deal.
Hey, Ben and Kelly, anything you want to say before I close this out and I run to the casino? It's a half an hour drive.
Yeah, I'm always asking questions. And as far as James, the first time I filmed was Thanksgiving, and I watched Keno for the first time. Yeah. I met a real nice couple filming with me, Quick Hundy.
Oh my God. He's like my brother.
They were right next to me, and they were great. I absolutely loved them. What strategy do you have when you play Keno? Do you play a certain amount of numbers, or is there any set strategy, or do you change it up?
That's a great question. So, because you can look at the Keno Nation. I'll talk a lot about Keno Nation tomorrow, but I reached out to Brian to make the story longer. When I was about 200 subscribers, he was about 300. I noticed he played Keno at the Win. I emailed him and said, can we communicate? Because I would love to play with you at the Win. And now he's like my brother. We talked on the phone yesterday. He's traveling today. And him and I get along amazing. Him and his wife are amazing. The four of us, we talk all the time. He's an amazing guy. The Keno strategy is, first of all, is picking the correct machine, because the professor is talking about payback percentages. On Keno machines, the scoreboard's right there on the screen. Some of the casinos reduce the return on investment, like in my locals, one of the casinos, if you look at Keno machines, look at 5-spot and 7-spot as your measure to play the machine or not, because a 5-spot in the range of payouts for 5 out of 5 should pay anywhere from 750 credits for one bet to 838. 838 for the cream of the crop. If you can find an 838 machine, that's the machine you should play, because it's the most return on investment that you can get from a 5-spot. And 7-spot should always pay 7,000 credits for one credit bet. But some machines, even on the same machine, from nickel, dime to quarter to dollar, they'll reduce the pay on the nickel and dimes to force you to pay the bigger denominations, because they'll take you a 5-spot that should pay 838 or 810. They pay 600. Never play that machine. On the bigger bets for 7 spots, you see 7,000 credits for every credit bet. Some of them play 400. So if you're not paying attention, you just play all playing Keno. And I always look at people playing around me. I'm like, I go, you know what, man, you should either change or not. And I hate to be that guy, but I'm not. But I go, you're shorting yourself on your wins, because instead of winning $7,000, you're winning $700 on the same exact win. You know, so always pay attention to your pay scales. And it's to your comfort level. Like Big Daddy Keno loves the 5 spots. I prefer 7-spot because of the return of investment. Because in the 6 spots, that one in the middle, it's not that big a jump from 5 to 6, but it's a huge jump from 6 to 7. So I play 7 because for one quarter you can win 7,000 quarters, or for $1 you can win $7,000 hitting 7 out of 7.
Hey, did you see Super Squirrel? He said 4, 13, 22, 31, 6, 15, 24, 33, 44, and 45. You'll win every time.
So in our videos, I did a video with Super Squirrel and Slot Exotic. We played his numbers and we hit it on the first try. So he's telling the truth.
I'm going to choose those numbers too. Hey guys, I'm interviewing Keno Lady on Wednesday, and I want her as a prize. I want her to train somebody for half an hour to an hour on how to play Keno. So I don't know if that's one of the prizes she's going to do, but I need help. But you guys can Google it too. But it's more fun to learn from a friend. So Ben, and Kelly, do you guys play Keno?
I do not.
I don't either.
I don't yet, but I like watching it. So hey, we are down to 5 minutes left. Tell us your secrets, guys. Let me see. James.
Secrets? Well, I play almost exclusively Keno, and then I switch to the Link games and the Fireball so I can hang out with my wife because she plays everything. There's a lot of things that the payback percentages on Keno are worse than slot machines, but the return on investment on the bigger payouts is better than, to me. I mean, I hit 17 hand pays last year, all on Keno.
Nice.
And some are
spend a lot of money, right?
Yeah, and the bets are small. Like my biggest win is $20,000 on a $2 bet. But I have a ton of jackpots between $10,000 and $15,000, all on $2 bets playing Keno before I started filming. So slot machines, I'm not saying they're wrong. We're all wrong. We're slot players. We're all wrong. You know, playing slot machines is a losing venture, regardless of who you are. But it's for your entertainment value. I prefer Keno. I got turned on to Keno many years ago when I was 19 years old. I'll tell that story tomorrow if you want. Again. But
hey guys, 9 o'clock. We have an interview with James. 9 o'clock Pacific time. Please stop in and give him lots of trouble. And why do they call you Bubba? Why do they call you Bubba? Come on. Tell us.
So I was in high school and had a girlfriend back in the day, and she called me Bubba just for her and I in high school. And then the relationship ended a year after high school or whatever. And I wore a T-shirt to a company softball game that she had given me that said Bubba and Ellen, or Bubba and Estelle at the time, just to work out in. It was just a T-shirt that girlfriends make for boyfriends back in high school. And Bubba, and so Bubba stuck. So now even all my emails and all my work, my name tags and everything, nobody even knows my name is James. They know me as Bubba. So I told a funny story. I gave a eulogy for one of my best friends who passed away unexpectedly, and his family didn't know me as James. So when they did the flyer for the services, it said speakers James Spitzer.net. So when I spoke, the sister who I've known for 25 years, and she goes, Bubba, I didn't know your name was James. It was until last night at the family meeting. So I've been Bubba since I was 17 years old.
Yeah. Hey, Ben and Kelly, do you guys have a nickname at all?
No.
No, we're gonna change that.
I gotta change it.
Yeah,
we're gonna change.
Slappy, Mr. Slappy.
Oh,
I like
my
that.
God. Mr. Slappy's retired. That's that guy.
We gotta work in the hat as part of the nickname though, Mr. Cooley or something.
Yeah. And Kelly, you're just Kelly, right? Anything
Yeah,
else?
no nickname.
I don't have one either, guys. But that's okay. I don't mind just being PK. So listen, it was wonderful having you here. Don't forget tomorrow. We got a little interview with Baba at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That'd be 10, 11, 12 Eastern Time. Today, we've got the big event, Gambler Unknown organized. And thank you, sir. Hope you're feeling better. And guys, I'd love to come back next Saturday if you feel like it. We had we had a few people saying they were going to stop in, but they realized we were so busy today and short-staffed. So anyway, Will is in the house. Good to see you. You got a little coffee going. All right, everyone. We'll see you. I got to run.
Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for coming out. See you guys tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock.
Bye, Kelly. Bye, Ben.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.